Hello, welcome to Goodnight Flagstaff. I'm Jamie Paul. I do marketing at the ARB, and I'm also co-director of Montessori Forest Adventures, where we are also reading this book. I'm very excited about it. So hopefully next week when we're back in session, we'll have some campers reading to you. Thank you for tuning in to our community story time. You can find a new chapter from one of our favorite family-friendly books at 8 p.m. each weeknight on the Literacy Center's YouTube channel and on Crater Radio, a local online radio station. The previous chapter is replayed on Crater Radio each weeknight at about 7:45, just before the new chapter airs. You can also listen to all previous Goodnight Flagstaff recordings on YouTube. We are currently reading Race to the Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. If you'd like to check it out to read along with us at home, it is available in the Hoopla app with your Coconino County Library card. Check one out today. Please email us if you'd like to join our team of readers and connect with your community through stories. All ages are welcome. Our email is goodnightflagstaff@gmail.com. Last time we read together, Nizhoni got banned from the gym because she made her team lose. Davery, though, is a good friend, willing to support her on her heroic quest despite her short failings. But the monster was still watching her. Chapter 3. The Opposite of Rainbow Sprinkles. I have never been so happy to see my dad's white Honda Accord waiting in the pickup line. He'd gotten the coach's message and come after all. I double time it over and wrench open the car door, ready to slide into the passenger's side. "Occupied," says a bored voice from that seat. Black hair hanging in his face, sneakers covered in doodles, llama-faced t-shirt that says, "I just want to focus on my art right now," in a purple thought bubble. My little brother, Mac. "Move it, Marcus," I say, using his full name for emphasis. "I'm oldest. I get the front seat." Mac doesn't even look up from whatever art thing he's animating on his iPad. "You're only older by 10 months, which means we're practically twins." "We are not twins," which means I should get equal time in the front seat. I huff, irritated, but decide it isn't worth fighting over. "Hey, Mr. B," Davery says from behind me. "Hey, Davery," Dad says, distracted. He's wearing a crisp blue dress shirt and has a fresh haircut. His black hair carefully combed back over his ears. He's texting on his phone, head down, and not paying attention to us. "How was the game?" Dad asks me, not even bothering to turn in my direction. "Your coach called and left a voicemail, but honestly, I can't understand a word that woman says. She was going on and on." "Fine, Dad, I'm fine. Just covered in blood, that's all." I open the back door, slide the flat pile of Dad's moving boxes up against the far side, and scoot in. I motion for Davery to get in the back seat too, and he slides in next to me. It's a tight fit, but we manage. "Is it okay if Davery comes to Froyo with us?" "We're going for Froyo?" Mac asks, looking up excitedly. In the rearview mirror, I see Dad's face crinkle up like he's in pain. "I'd like to, Z, but my new boss is in town and he's coming over for dinner. I really need to get home and prepare." "He's not your new boss yet," I protest. Even worse than being humiliated and seeing monsters, we might have to move from Albuquerque to Tulsa for Dad's new job in a few months when the school year is over. "Nizhoni," Dad says, sounding exasperated. "We've had this conversation before. If you and your brother want me to be able to pay for things like fancy basketball sneakers and art classes," he shoots a pointed look at Mac, "then I need a better paying job. And that job is in Oklahoma," Mac and I finish for him in unison. He stares straight ahead for a minute, clearly not amused. "Landrush Oil and Gas is a major company. If they offer me the job, I'm taking it. End of story." He looks back down at his phone and starts texting again, and I know for sure I've blown my chance at Rainbow Sprinkles. "Isn't Landrush that company people are protesting for putting in that pipeline?" Davery asks, low enough that Dad can't hear him. I nod miserably. Another reason Dad should definitely not take this job. But when I tried to talk to him about companies like Land Rush ruining the water and land, he told me folks have to eat. And unless the protesters were going to pay his rent, he wasn't interested. He won't listen, I tell Davery. And sorry, but it looks like Froyo's a no-go. It's okay, Nizhoni, Davery says, opening the door and sliding back out of the car. My dad's still at the main library. I'll just head over there. Text me later? I slump in my seat and wave him goodbye. Dad pulls out of the pickup line to merge with traffic. Now he's talking with the phone up to his ear, which, last time I checked, is illegal to do while driving in the city of Albuquerque, New Mexico. But it also means he's not paying attention when I lean forward to talk to Mac. I saw something, I whisper to my brother, the only person who knows about my secret. You know what? Mac's head snaps up, revealing a worried expression, which immediately transforms into a grin. Whoa! What happened to your face? What happened to your face, I ask, because Mac has a huge black eye, which, sadly, is not that unusual for him. What do you think? Mac mutters, doing his signature hair flip that drops his bangs down over his eyes, hiding the evidence. Adrian Cuttlebush? That's Mac's nemesis. He's a 7th grader, like me, and Mac's only in 6th, but they knew each other from summer camp, where Mac did something to Adrian that he won't fess up to. Ever since then, Adrian has had it out for him. Cuttlebush once flushed Mac's entire sketch pad, a new one he'd just gotten for his birthday, down the boys' bathroom toilet, one sheet at a time. Rip, flush. Rip, flush. Brutal. And another time, he tried to flush Mac himself down the toilet, but the assistant principal intervened before Adrian could get more than a sneakered foot in the bowl. I told you I'd help you fight him, I say. No way are you going to be able to take on him and his goon squad all by yourself. What are you going to do, Nizhoni? He asks, sounding bitter. Bleed on him? I wince. Low blow. I've been trying my best to keep Mac safe from his nemesis, but I'm not very good at that either. He grimaces, like he's sorry he snapped at me. So, did the monster? He points at my nose. Monster-sized basketball, I say quickly, cutting him off. Mac tends to talk before he thinks. I don't want Dad to know I see monsters. He has enough to worry about, what with the new job prospect and all. Right in the face! So what did you see? Mac whispers. We both look over to make sure Dad's not paying attention. Yup, totally into his conversation about boring surveyor stuff. No way he's listening to us. Or looking. He still hasn't said anything about my bloody uniform, and I doubt he's even noticed Mac's puffy eye. Definite monster. I hand my brother the ice pack because my nose feels better. Wait. I wipe blood off the pack with the only clean corner of my shirt. Here. He gives me a grateful smile and holds the bag to his bruised skin. What did he look like? Mac keeps thinking the monsters are going to be covered in scales or growing tentacles or something, but most of the time they appear normal. They just don't feel normal. He looked human, but I could tell. And then I leaned closer to whisper, he was in the bleachers at the end of the game, and I swear he was watching me. Even now I feel a trickle of fear. Did you do anything? Make eye contact? Mac's face lights up. Did he take a bite out of anyone? We definitely made eye contact. His eyes were red. Wow, like glowing red? Or just bloodshot, like he didn't get enough sleep? I don't remember. It happened pretty fast, and then I got injured. When I say it like that, it sounds pretty weak, but I know I'm not wrong. I just can't explain the way it feels. Was he staring at you before you got your face bombed? I shiver as a million tiny ice-footed ants march down my spine. Do you think he knows It never occurred to me that the monsters might be able to single me out the same way I can identify them, and now I'm extra freaked. We turn onto our street and our house comes into view. I blow out a breath, relieved to be safe. We only live a 5-minute drive from school. Most of the time I just walk home since Dad's too busy to come get me. But I guess that call from Coach did work, and he even picked up Mac from art class. probably because he needed to make sure we were home for this dinner. Your monster spotting seems to be happening more and more lately. Maybe we should tell someone, Max says quietly. What am I going to say? There was a guy who looked like a pretty normal guy but was really a monster. And get this, he was staring at me. You think anyone will believe me or care? Too bad there's not a real-life Ghostbusters hotline, but for monsters, with the cool hearse and the plasma boxes and... Hey, who's that? We pull into the driveway in front of our pretty basic and totally average-looking modest adobe home. But the car parked out front, a big black Cadillac Escalade, is not basic or modest at all. Tinted windows, oversized rims, it looks like something out of the movies. The kind of car the government sends to pick you up, and then you're never seen or heard from again. It gives me the creeps. Did the neighbors get a new car or something? Mac asks. No way, that's our neighbor's car. Ms. Aveta drives a lime green Prius with a bumper sticker that says, "You can't part without making a little art." No, sorry. You can't fart without making a little art. I don't really see her upgrading to a caddy. Let's go back, Dad, I say, suddenly sure we don't want to be here. I can't say why, but I know that car means nothing good. I forgot my homework in my locker. Gotta go back. What? Dad asks as he swipes to end his call. Don't be silly. That's my new boss, Mr. Charles. I was texting with him before. He arrived early and he's going to take us out to dinner, so I don't have to cook. Isn't that great? I can't see. Elliot, drop. Come on. No. Thank you. Good boy. Sorry. Okay. Elliot. Don't get that again. Thank you. Good boy. So I don't have to cook. Isn't that great? I can't see anything through the SUV's dark windows, but I can feel an evil presence nearby, just like at the game. The hairs on my neck rise. The chill puts goosebumps on my arms. I squeeze Mac's shoulder. Ow! He whines. I point with my chin to the car, making "something is not right" eyes. Unfortunately, Mac thinks I'm making "I need to go pee" eyes, so he says, "Just hold it, Nizhoni, we're almost inside." I try again, but now he's looking at the SUV. Someone gets out, a black man with a shaved head and deep brown skin like Davery's. He's wearing a white suit and a holster is showing under the jacket. Is that a gun? I squeak. Bodyguard, Dad says, laughing a little nervously. Mr. Charles is very high up in the oil and gas industry, which makes him a target for protesters. In fact, it's kind of strange that he would come all this way just to interview me. But he said he was in town and he really cares about all his employees, even the lowliest surveyors. Dad's forehead wrinkles up, like he's just now realized, Hey, Elliot, no. Give. Thank you. Elliot. Give me that. Elliot. Drop. You can't have that, baby. It will make you sick. Okay, thank you. You don't need that. Here, you need this. That's what you need. Or this. But not a pen. Okay, baby, you've interrupted twice. Okay? Here we go. Bodyguard, Dad says, laughing a little nervously. Mr. Charles is very high up in the oil and gas industry, which makes him a target for protesters. In fact, it's kind of strange that he would come all this way just to interview me. But he said he was in town and he really cares about all his employees, even the lowliest surveyors. Dad's forehead wrinkles up, like he's just now realizing how unusual this is. I guess they do things differently in Oklahoma, he says with another little laugh. A second person gets out of the car. This one's a Native American woman, but not Navajo like us, maybe from a Plains tribe. She's just as tall and muscled as the first bodyguard, with the same white suit and the same gun. 2 bodyguards? Max says incredulously. Who is this mysterious Mr. Charles? I make a little hiccup sound when I see there's one more person getting out of the car. Tall, blonde, unusually red lips, black suit, mirrored sunglasses. That's him, Dad says as he unbuckles his seatbelt. He exhales like he's preparing himself for battle. He puts on a bright, fake smile and opens the door. Come shake hands, kids. Mac, I whisper, squeezing his shoulder harder. Stop him! Stop, Elliot. Mac, I whisper, squeezing his shoulder harder. Stop him! Stop who, Dad? I nod frantically. Dad's halfway across the yard, hand outstretched, seconds from contact. That's him, I whisper. Who's him? The one I saw at the gym, the guy who was watching me. But Mac frowns, confused. Then he goes all bug-eyed as he finally understands. Dad, no! We both scream, hanging on the window glass, but it's too late. He reaches out, and we watch as our dad shakes hands with a monster. That's the end of Chapter 3. Join us tomorrow night for Chapter 4. Good night, Flagstaff.